You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. 2 Hazleton City Council candidates have officially been removed from May's primary ballot. The petitions of Democratic candidates Robert Yavak and Vianney Castro were challenged earlier this month by John Nilles, who's also running for a council seat. Luzerne County Judge Thomas Burke removed their names from the ballot, citing that Yavak failed to file a financial interest statement on time, while Castro hasn't continuously lived in the city of Hazleton for at least 1 year before the election. 4 Republicans and 5 Democrats have filed to run for 3 available city council seats in May 18th's primary. Governor Tom Wolf signed 5 bills yesterday, including legislation that streamlines appointments for DA vacancies. 3 Senate bills now ensure that the first assistant DA will be appointed as district attorney in the event of a vacancy. The bills also stipulate that county judges can fill the appointments if need be. The governor's signing comes just in time, as Luzerne County officials have been debating over who will fill the DA seat after Stephanie Salavantis filed a nominating petition to run for a judge's seat on the County Court of Common Pleas. Council declared the seat vacant as part of the Home Rule Charter back on March 9th. The decision was rescinded after Salavantis filed legal action. Both parties reached an agreement last week, and Council approved a memorandum last night to clarify Salavantis' resignation that'll take effect tomorrow, March 25th. This means that first ADA Sam Sanguadolce will now become the Luzerne County DA. A Luzerne County man accused of fatally shooting 2 people outside of a Wilkes-Barre business was returned to Pennsylvania Tuesday. U.S. Marshals captured 21-year-old JAYSHAWN Malik Johnson in Miami, Florida back on February 20th. An arrest warrant was issued for him after authorities identified him as the alleged shooter who killed 32-year-old Damian Thomas and 31-year-old Maurice Chapman January 30th outside of Bose on Main Street. Johnson was transported from the Miami-Dade Correctional Facility and arraigned in Luzerne County yesterday on charges of criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and illegal possession of a firearm. A rally scheduled for this weekend calling for the resignation of Schuylkill County Commissioner George Halkovich. Allegations were brought against Halkovich last year, alleging that he sexually harassed multiple female county employees. An internal investigation was conducted that found the charges credible, but were later dismissed by the State Attorney General's office. A federal lawsuit was filed by 4 women last week, claiming that he sexually harassed them. The Schuylkill County Young Democrats will be hosting the rally at noon Sunday on the steps of the county courthouse. The Schuylkill County Democratic Women's League is also calling for the commissioner's resignation. Hazleton police are investigating an alleged armed robbery that took place around 4:30 this morning. The victim told police he was walking in the 100 block of South Pine Street when a man wearing a mask approached him and pointed a gun. The robber demanded money and fled the scene in a dark-colored sedan, possibly a Honda Accord or Civic, being driven by another unidentified male. Anyone with information on the robbery is being asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department or dial 911. A Hazleton man was taken into custody for allegedly assaulting a woman during a domestic dispute. Police found the woman lying unresponsive on the living room floor when they arrived at 418 East Cranberry Avenue back on March 4th for a report of a domestic incident. The woman allegedly received several injuries to her head and was taken to the hospital for treatment. She told police that 25-year-old Henderson Arizdi was the one responsible for causing her injuries. Police caught up with him and charged him with aggravated assault, simple assault, and harassment. His bail was set at $50,000. The Schuylkill County District Attorney and county detectives are asking for the public's help finding an individual. 43-year-old Chad Perkins failed to appear at the courthouse for a status conference back on March 2nd. He's charged with 2 felonies, criminal trespass and theft by unlawful taking. He's described as a 5'9" white male weighing 210 pounds, and his last known address was in the 700 block of North 2nd Street in Minersville. Anyone who may see or come into contact with Perkins is being asked to call the Schuylkill County 911 Center immediately. Those with information may call the Schuylkill County DA's office at 570-628-1350 or the Schuylkill County tip line at 570-624-3988. The Pennsylvania Department of Human Services Secretary announced her resignation effective April 30th. TERESA Miller joined the Wolf administration in January of 2015 to serve as PA's insurance commissioner and was appointed to lead the Department of Human Services in August 2017. Miller thanked the governor, fellow cabinet members, the General Assembly partners, and the public servants working at both the insurance department and DHS, stating that, quote, "Our success would not be possible without each of you." Secretary Miller will be moving on to a new opportunity outside the state. Wolf announced that he'll be nominating the Secretary of Policy and Planning, Meg Snead, to serve as the next Department of Human Services Secretary. Looking for new or improved employment opportunities? Well then, don't forget to head on up to the Laurel Mall tomorrow for the 2021 Greater Hazleton Job Fair.
So this is our 25th annual Greater Hazleton Job Fair. We've been bringing this job fair to the community for 25 years now, both to job seekers and employers. And we always hold it the last Thursday in March. So it is Thursday, March 25th. People are used to seeing this job fair at Genetti's on Route 309 in Hazleton. But last year, due to COVID, we had to change the location and we held it at the Laurel Mall. And this year we're going to be holding it again at the Laurel Mall. The chamber does have a registration table right in center court in the mall. So we do encourage all of the job seekers and the employers to register at our registration table. We have a program that we hand out to everybody that has the list of businesses that are participating in it in the event, as well as like the layout so that everybody can find the employers very easily. We do always suggest to potential employees to visit all of the employers. Just because the positions are listed in the program doesn't mean that new ones came up in the meantime. So we always encourage them to visit all of the employers.
A total of 46 firms will be participating this year. You can register at the chamber table at Center Court in front of Piercing Pagoda. Temperature checks will be done on employers and attendees, so don't forget to mask up and social distance. Once again, the 2021 Greater Hazleton Job Fair will be happening at the Laurel Mall from 10 to 4 tomorrow, March 25th. Coming up on Wyln News, revamping the PA Lottery's longest-running jackpot game, plus vaccines and free donuts. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
It's me again, LJ. I'm 9 years old, and tomorrow will be rainy. Get your umbrellas out because it's about to get wet.
The COVID-19 vaccine is here, and we have a lot of questions, especially about how the vaccine was developed. So let's ask the experts.
It typically takes 10 plus years to develop a vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccines, less than a year. How'd that happen?
It's a huge and historic feat, requiring global cooperation in a way we've never seen before.
It's important to understand essential steps weren't skipped.
Parts of the process were just done simultaneously.
By moving so quickly, did this compromise the vaccine's effectiveness? Is the vaccine safe?
Rest assured, the vaccine is safe. I've received it, and so have many of my colleagues.
It's the best way to protect yourself
and others from COVID-19.
Let's get rid of this virus and get back to normal life, once and for all.
To beat COVID, we all have to do our part. Visit PoconoMountains.com/COVID-19. It's safe, so sign up. Get in the queue.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
The Postmaster General proposed plans to stabilize the cash-strapped postal service. Delivering for America proposes to keep the mail moving efficiently, increase revenue, and decrease debt. The 10-year vision has many moving parts. One, targeting air transportation, which the Postmaster General feels is unreliable, citing both weather and equipment issues, and would like to send more mail in trucks. Also up for discussion is a price hike or some changes to services. There's a new Pennsylvania lottery game in town, or at least a revamped one. The lottery announced that it's revamping its longest-running jackpot game.
Players who play Cash 5 with Quick Cash will get their regular Cash 5 ticket and a Quick Cash ticket, giving them a chance to win $2 or $6 instantly.
The last time the Cash 5 game saw any change was back in February of 2008.
We listened to our Cash 5 players and gave them what they wanted: more chances to win and higher jackpots. With the popularity of our instant win games, adding an instant win feature to a traditional draw game is something we think players will really enjoy.
The cost per play is changing from $1 to $2 as part of the new game changes. All PA Lottery products help generate funds used to benefit older Pennsylvanians with programs that provide property tax and rent rebates, transportation, and care services. King's College will hold 2 commencement ceremonies at Mohegan Sun Arena on Sunday, May 16th. The 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. ceremonies will allow each graduate 4 tickets for their guests and assure safe distancing for the processions and seating. Tickets will be issued through the Office of Campus Ministry on a first-come, first-served basis, and their traditional baccalaureate mass will be celebrated at 4 on Saturday, May 15th in the Scanlon Physical Education Center. Wilkes University is also holding multiple in-person commencement ceremonies for 2020 and 2021 graduates in the McHale Athletic Center at the University Center on Main over 2 weekends in May. Each grad gets 2 tickets, and guests need to register in advance for contact tracing purposes, mask up, and social distance. Both Kings and Wilkes will be live streaming their ceremonies, and more information can be found on their websites. Friends of Locust Lake and Tuscarora State Parks will be hosting a volunteer day at Tuscarora State Park in Barnesville on April 24th. Individuals should meet at 9 a.m. near Pavilion 1 for the 2-hour event, and attendees should bring gloves to help with cleanup and maintenance. The newly formed group received expressed interest in helping with litter removal, trail work, painting, and playground maintenance. Plans for longer-term projects like stabilizing the shorelines and creating fishing structures at both lakes are also in the works. Visit paparksandforests.org for more information. Krispy Kreme sweetening the deal to get your COVID vaccine with free donuts all year long. Any customer with a valid COVID-19 vaccination card will receive a free original glazed donut at participating locations nationwide. The iconic donut shop specifies that customers who received at least one of the 2 Moderna or Pfizer shots or the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson shot can satisfy their sweet tooth with a promotion. And it's not just a one-time offer. You can go back every single day to get free donuts all through 2021 if you wanted to. All you need to do is show your vaccination card, not sticker, to redeem your sugary fill. Coming up on Rolling Mill Hills News Choice, we're talking colon cancer on this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 3. Stay with us.
Here in the halls of Nescopec Elementary School, the students participate in selecting one of the 68 NCAA men's basketball teams, kicking off their annual lessons in bracketology as teacher Ethan Hoyt uses the Madness season as a teaching tool.
What's become kind of a tradition here at our school, students will select a team to be their representative school during the course of the tournament, and based upon how their team does, they're eligible for some fun little prizes. Really, it's just an opportunity to get excited, give kids a reason to say, hey, I can't wait to come to school today. And something a little bit lighter during this pandemic time that makes kids feel good about life, and something hopefully they'll remember as they become adults.
That's your Good News Wednesday. Thank you for joining us here on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hey guys, it's Ray Merrill, Blaze Alexander, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Are you ready for that March mayhem? March is Ram Truck Month. Get financing as low as 0% and save up to $8,000 on select models. And we've got the largest selection of Cherokees in the area, $500 under invoice. And we're going to do $500 under invoice on Grand Cherokees too. So with all this inventory, why would you bother going anywhere else? Shop, pick, choose, sign, and drive. Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton.
Two Italian Guys Pizzeria. 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hello folks, and welcome to our Wellness Wednesday. I'm Philip Kaufman, and we are here at the Cancer Center on the Airport Beltway, which is part of the Lehigh Valley Cancer Institute, and we're joined by Dr. Hotchner, who is a hematologist and a medical oncologist, correct? And this month is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month and just about how to be aware, how to be safe, how to get yourself checked out, and just the general basics behind being diagnosed with cancer in that kind of situation, what to do. So why don't we start off talking about the importance of this month and the awareness behind colorectal cancer.
Well, there's usually about 150,000 new cases a year, and it's probably the number 3 in females and number 2 in males in terms of incidence, and the idea is to prevent the cancer from starting or to get it at an early stage, so you can put the disease in complete remission or get rid of it. Period. You would start the staging or the screening at the age of 50, or it can be started at an earlier age if there's a family history of colorectal cancer, or your patient has an inflammatory colon problem such as irritable bowel and colitis. The way we do the prevention would be either colonoscopies, or they do some screening either with what we call guaiac stools to check the stools for blood. There's a thing called an FIT testing, and also the more common one that you see on TV is the Cologuard.
And so part of that, Are there anything, early signs, any early warnings that people should be aware of when they're worried about something like that?
Right, so probably the number one thing that I see, people have iron deficiency. People have iron deficiency, especially if it's a male, that most likely have to look for a source in the colon rectal system. People can have rectal bleeding, they can have black stools, what we call melena, or people can have abdominal pain, but the most important is to get early colonoscopies.
And for LVHN and for the Institute, could you walk us through the process of somebody who may be, who's looking to look into whether they have colorectal cancer?
Well, either a primary doctor can send the patient to a GI doctor or a surgeon for routine colonoscopies. And if they see me, if they have iron deficiency, then I refer to the same people for colonoscopies to look for a source of the bleeding and possible early polyps or any bleeding lesions that need to be removed. I mean, if they do find a lesion, then patient may require surgery, and based on the surgery and the pathology, we can decide if surgery is adequate. We do have what we call adjuvant treatments, meaning that people who have a colon lesion, but we look at the lymph nodes. If the lymph nodes are involved, and then we know from data that giving chemo, what we call adjuvant chemo for about 6 months, improves patients' risk of having it come back again.
And is there anything else for Awareness Month that people, just watching this video, anybody who's worried or scared, anything that you could give to them, advice or just guidance in these times, just during this month to be aware and to look out for?
Oh, you just want to watch, for any symptoms. I mean, any black stools, blood in your stool, abdominal pain, weight loss. Those would be the signs that we look for colon cancer. And of course, the most important would be early detection with colonoscopies.
All right. Dr. Hutner, thank you for joining us. Folks, be aware, be on the lookout. It's Cancer Awareness Month for colon cancer, and we want to be checking and making sure that everything's okay. Please, if you have any of those symptoms, seek guidance, seek advice, go see your doctor, come to Lehigh Valley Cancer Center to discuss with professionals, but make sure that you're aware and you're paying attention. Your body's important and you want to keep healthy. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you once again. Thank you so much. So that'll do it for us here on Wellness Wednesday on WYLN.
Having a trusted local healthcare partner who knows you and keeps you well is vital. Lehigh Valley Health Network's Vital Choice program is a free wellness program for Greater Hazleton area residents ages 60 plus who like having choices in healthcare. Vital Choice gives you access to your choice of doctors, your choice of healthcare services, and free and discounted fitness, wellness, and social benefits without limiting you to one insurance provider. Learn more at lvhn.org/vitalchoice or call 501-7444.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Moore & Associates, accountants and advisors located at 751 North Church Street in Hazleton. Contact them for all your individual and business tax and accounting needs.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Hazleton Mayor Jeff Gassat is leading the way in part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on Leading the Way. We are joined by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Gassat. So, what are some things about being mayor, some roles in being a mayor that many people don't know?
Well, I think the hardest thing to do is to actually learn every position. You know, in case somebody happens to leave, you need to make a decision. So, like leading into becoming the mayor, I went my first several months. You know, I went to fire school. I took code classes. I went to the UCC classes, and I went and I tried to learn every job as I can. I do have a background in accounting and finance, so I felt comfortable in those situations. But being in the position to make a decision, if you have to, if somebody leaves, fill in, working on the budget, the negotiating. That's one of the hardest things, is trying to make long-term decisions. In the contracts, you know, when you're dealing 7 years down the line, what affects everybody now, what's going to affect them later. So making them decisions, and then also going through and researching and seeing what's in place now and how all the ordinances need to be changed, what affects the people now, how can we write an ordinance that is fair for everyone and will be in the long term. So a lot of little things like that. You know, people coming into the office and they don't have nowhere else to turn. You know, and listening to everybody's situation and crisis. You know, what they feel is a crisis, some people may not, but you try to help them and lead them in the right direction. And we also do a lot of weddings. I've done over 400 weddings in my office. So you know, there's a lot of positives, a lot of negative things that come on, and, but you do just need to have the insight to do everything.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.